Welcome to Club 120, the ultimate roundtable for diehard Cubs fans and lovers of all things sports and lifestyle.
Strike three, you're out.
Hosted by Neil and Nate, two former baseball players and coaches turned loud mouths with strong opinions and even stronger banner. Get ready for quick-hitting, time-answer segments packed with wit, laughs, and the occasional heated debate. From analyzing Cubs on-field action to diving into off-field drama, no topic is off limits. So grab your glove, pour a drink, and pull up a seat at Club 120, where the banner's quick, the takes are hot, and the Cubs always come first. Let's get started.
Play ball!
Hello, Cubs friends. It's 120. You know what that means. Grab an old style and a bleacher seat. Let's talk Cubs. You're in Club 120. I'm Nate, and I'm flying solo today with a little recap show off of my week in Mesa. So let's get into it. Here's your Club 120 Mesa Minutes. This week started on Monday. Got to fly out from Dallas into Mesa. Landed around 9, which is a great time to get in as the practices just started on the backfield. So headed over to Sloan right away. And took in 4 fields of action for a couple of hours in the morning. I can confirm they do practice rundowns and pickoffs. So in July, as they botch these all summer long, just remember, we did practice this. Around 1 o'clock, the games kick off. So the Angels came over and had a AAA game, and I think it was a low A game going on the same two different fields there. Was able to catch that. Good to see some prospects in action. Owen Ayers dropped a nice 3-run home run there in the 1 o'clock session. Good AB and a good piece of hitting there. Nice catching prospect for the Cubs coming up there. We'll spend most of this, looks like he's going to spend the season in AAA Iowa for the Cubs. That night, we headed over to Goodyear. And by over, I mean about an hour west of Phoenix and Mesa. It's a long way out there, and it's a long way down on the list as far as desirable venues for spring training games. But we did because Cade was throwing, and Cade did not disappoint. 10 Ks on the night. I was entertaining some Cleveland friends that night, so we got some seats right behind the Cleveland dugout, and I was smiling all night long watching these big league hitters. They had most of their starting lineup in there that night, and these guys were coming back shaking their head and just baffled that this dude is dealing like this in the middle of March. Like this, it shouldn't be that nasty, right? Like we're practicing right now, and if that's the way this kid's going to practice, we're going to have a fun season, and he already showed plenty of that last year. So Cade Horton is on the way up still, and he's showing that right now through spring. So look for a strong start next week as we head back to Wrigley. Tuesday night was a interesting evening back at home. So we got to go to Sloan Park, check out all the digs and how the home confines are there in Wrigley South, if you will. Shota was on the bump, had 8 Ks. Haven't seen him look this confident and fearless in, 8 months? Maybe a year. He dealt. And a lot of arm side stuff. Didn't have to elevate to get all of his swings. A lot of depth to that splitty. And he turned in the highest whiff rate of any spring training pitcher amongst all clubs so far, which is impressive considering Cade had 10 Ks the night before. So fresh off of 10 Ks, Shota's backed it up with 8 Ks and an even higher whiff rate. It was fun to watch. Another guy that's fun to watch, and if he does this all year long, folks, we are in for a treat. Mo Baller crushed 2 home runs to dead center on Tuesday night. If he's going to hit 20 plus this year, this offensive jolt is going to be fun. That is his last remaining developmental tool, if you will, as far as the contact is concerned. It's there. It's the pull side power that the scouts are watching and trying to see if he's going to start elevating on the pull side. Center balls up dead center will work for me. I love seeing it. So let's root for Mo Baller to go 20 plus this year and have a big year hitting 300 as well, because that's his profile. Really, he's okay with smashing a ball to left, going oppo with 2 strikes. So if he's going to start making moves on baseballs and trying to elevate as well to go along with that high contact rate, we could see something very, very special from Mo this year. The final day, Wednesday, took in a day game over at Talking Stick Resort. Quick notes on that place. It is gorgeous. It's a massive complex shared by the Diamondbacks and the Rockies. But they did a fantastic job there at Salt River Fields, where they built the field into the desert. There's not an angle that you can't look at where you still catch the desert, an angle to get some good landscaping. to really feel like it's a really sweet little ballpark there. Second time I've been there and enjoyed both times as far as that's concerned. The game was relatively forgettable. A lot of high fly balls. Ball was flying out of there a ton. One of them was from Jefferson Rojas, though, who did not disappoint this show. We've been on him for over a year. Love talking about prospects and love watching them develop right in front of your eyes. Jefferson Rojas has the one thing that you need as a hitter, and that's clutch. He's contributed in every game. He's in every at-bat. And while the batting average doesn't show it right now, the hard contact rate, 3 home runs, and a lot of really quality at-bats of battle there from Jefferson Rojas. That was, I think, an 8-pitch at-bat before he hit a grand slam there. He's locked in, and love watching those Cubs prospects, especially knowing that they're pushing the big club. AAA is going to be a lot of fun this year. We know the names, we've seen them, and now they're actually performing at a very high level. Another prospect infield-wise that was very impressive all week for me was Pedro Ramirez from practice on Monday. Hit well on Tuesday night, had the day off on Wednesday, but it was great to see him. Cubs spent a 40-man roster spot on him, and he's rewarded them with a really nice spring. So after 3 games and about a week to go, we're recording this on Friday here. I've got a couple of stories to tell, and it will help some definition here, I think. The biggest question that we have with a week to go is the Cubs bullpen. And it's been a question, obviously, coming in from last season, had some additions, had some subtractions. One of the things that really set the tone for this spring was Craig coming in on day one and naming Daniel Palencia the Cubs starter. And boy, has he delivered. It was a very tense moment on Tuesday night in Sloan, and you could just tell. I'm in there. I was flying solo that night, and sitting with random Cubs friends around, and we're just chatting about the game and whatnot. And then Danny enters the game for Team Venezuela, and I just leaned over to the guy next to me and I said, "We need this. We absolutely need this." And because the Cubs season is more important than the WBC, and for Danny P. Man, what a tournament he had. And I'm happy to report, and I'm ecstatic to report, that the Cubs bullpen is an elite weapon. From the swingman and Colin Ray to the ending and the ninth in the light show that's going to be Daniel Palencia this year, we're just feeding those outs. We need out getters to feed Danny, and it's going to be electric, and I'm looking forward to it. It's interesting to accept that again as a traditional role in the bullpen, but man, it's nice to know that we've got a weapon in the ninth, and we've got full trust in Danny P going into opening day. A couple other guys that really have shown well here this spring, and I think they're gonna make the roster here. Gavin Hollowell is every bit as nasty as he looks on TV. The arm angle's funky. If you're right-handed, it's coming out from behind you. It's over here, and then it's across your body, and then it's gone. And he's 6'7". He's a big dude. And then Ben Brown has shown extremely well. He got a bullpen he got a bullpen outing on Wednesday. And I think that's a little bit of a foreshadowing for what's to come for Ben. I think he's that stopper. I think he's going to be a piggyback guy. If a guy gets into some high pitch counts early in the season, you could see him going three innings plus type of a guy. If he's going to throw zeros like he has all spring, Craig's going to use that weapon. And he's the kind of guy that can throw once, twice a week and just go out there and get 3 outs, or he can get 9 outs. And I think that's going to be a very valuable weapon for the Cubs, especially since he's sitting 96, 97 with that new sinker and that new weapon that he's got. So really looking forward to those two guys getting some opportunity here with the big club as we go. And that wraps up the bullpen battles, really. The odd man out for me right here, guys, is going to be Javi Assad, but I don't think it's going to be the case. I think that the Cubs are going to quietly define an injury for J-Mo here in the next week, and Javi Assad will slide into that 5th spot in the rotation while J-Mo gets some health questions answered and some opportunity to get back into the form that we expected him to come into the camp as, which he's unfortunately just not delivered. So I hope Craig leans on what is now and not what was, and gives Javi the opportunity there, because there's way too many guys in this camp right now that are performing, and we don't have time to wait for guys. You've had 6 weeks. You should have shown up in shape, knowing exactly what's going on. And he had a WBC coming right at him. So J-Mo has no excuse here. And the Cubs honestly have no excuse but to play the best 26 guys. And that's what I'm looking forward to being defined later this week. But as far as that's concerned, the benches take care of itself. Cubs are going to have 2 catchers. I think Matt Shaw's going to slide in nicely there in the utility role. He's absolutely not ready to play right field. He's not. Okay. Every day? No. And not even on any day. I don't want to see him out there on a random Sunday either, especially if you're going to keep guys around, like Dylan Carlson and Michael Conforto. That's your outfield. Matt Shaw takes care of the infield utility responsibilities, and then your catchers are just going to bang off the bench. And that's how we're going to roll as the Cubs this year. And quite honestly, it's good to look down that bench this year. That's a good bench. Conforto, Carlson, Shaw, huge upgrades over last season. Huge. Okay? We're there. We are there as far as that's concerned, Cubs friends. And I couldn't be more excited. I know this is a giant run-on sentence, so let me pause for a second because I have something that I want to announce. A little announcement for Neil, since he's not on this one, but I came away from Mesa thinking one good thing. Here it is. The Cubs' velocity movement is real. Pitch Lab is real. The shapes that these pitchers are working on, everything that they're doing is going to come to fruition. So here's what I've got. Neil, this is a challenge. Last year I took it. I took it in the shorts on the Stix versus Swords contest. But here's what I want. I want to challenge you right back. I want all pitchers versus all hitters. Every strikeout counts. Every hit counts. Stix versus Swords 2.0 2026. It's your move. That's all we've got here for these Mesa Minutes. I know this has been a giant run-on sentence, it feels like, from me. Maybe we've got some stuff here, but I'm excited. We are looking forward to the Cubs season. We are less than a week away. First pitch, 1:20 on Thursday, March 26th. Let's pray for some good weather in Wrigley. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. However you do, like, subscribe, and share with a friend. Thanks. Go Cubs, go.
This has been Club 120. Neil and Nate have practically spent their entire lives doing something centered around baseball. And with these guys, you're going to get quick-hitting, time-answer segments packed with wit, laughs, and, yes, heated debates. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, you can find us on all social media platforms at Club 120 Show. And, of course, the website at www.club120show.com. Until next time, go Cubs, go!
This podcast was produced and recorded by Vocal Media Solutions. Unauthorized reproduction or redistribution without written consent is strictly prohibited. Interested in launching your own show? Visit vocalmediasolutions.com to get started.